So it's the final day. This is check day 11 officially, although the majority of our traps, we probably averaging about 10 days. It rained last night, or rained yesterday, if you've seen the ridiculous calamity that we had going on. So we're running the Jeep today, dang. And it's going a little better. It's pretty sloppy up here in the mountains in spots. Spots, it's just, man, there's rocks everywhere, and so it's not a problem. But it's never fun pulling traps. But somebody's got to do it, so that's what we're out here doing, and hopefully we're going to have some catches to go along with it, so we'll see. This is one of my line sets, and I had a bobcat walk through just like I would have wanted him to. That's that number 5 with the expander pan, but I guess I didn't. He didn't have enough weight to it. I had that sucker down too heavy. Dang! I've been surprised that no bobcats have worked these yet. Can't really see too good. This is a little shortcut. It's pretty good drop off right there. Kind of see out across everything. Pretty good hole we don't want to slide off into. Big old wetland with the ducks and whatnot down there. It's a lot of water down there. Golly day. We would have finished today strong. I had a coyote here for a little bit. Dang, not finished the day strong. Man, I had him here in my remake from the coon. I wasn't able to hold him though when he pulled out. This looks like this happened before the rain though. A lot of this looks old. It's literally the last 2 traps. And I swear it looks like maybe just wishful thinking, but it looks, I can't see anything in this viewfinder. It looks like something is caught there. It looks like a bobcat. It hasn't been jumping around like we expect a coyote. We've seen fresh coyote tracks since the rain, so just gonna ride down there and see. Well, not what we was hoping for. A raccoon. I don't know if them coyotes come by and killed him, because those coyote tracks were run the other way. I don't know. At the very least, we didn't get skunked. Not what we were going for, but hate that. I've been showing y'all the glamorous, God, that light's bright. The glamorous parts of trapping. Well, here's the here's the real glamorous part. This is bed here for the night. Headed back on my 1,500 mile journey, and one, kind of being a cheapskate, and 2, being a good opportunity to get on the road earlier. I'm gonna crash here in the front seat of the truck like I did on the way out. So that'll make the tomorrow night in my bed all the more better. So we will see y'all later. So I finally made it back 21 hours later, 1,500 miles later, made it back to the old homestead, and it feels good to be home, I can assure you. No lying, had a good trip overall. I'll have a podcast specifically kind of reviewing my Texas Trapline trip. Had a really awesome trip. It's just, anytime you get to go to different places like that, and I feel like that just helps you become a better trapper, learning, you're kind of adjusting. It's putting you out of what you're used to and out of your element. But I did have a couple folks ask about how I packed for this trip, and I wish that I kind of covered that a little bit more, but there's not a whole lot to cover, because honestly I just kind of threw every piece of trapping equipment that I had into the back of a truck, and so I kind of packed in a rush on the way out, because I actually rented a truck. It was with that many miles, and it just, I guess when you look at it from kind of the IRS mileage rate, kind of if you were paying yourself for those miles versus renting a vehicle, it's a lot cheaper and saves, or it's cheaper and it saves wear and tear on your vehicle. Now I was only able to do that because Ryan, who I went and trapped with, actually had a 4-wheel drive vehicle out there that we could use. So what I wound up doing was renting a 2-wheel drive pickup truck. One of the little hacks there that I found is I've rented a few trucks, a few vehicles from our local enterprise place here, and there's an option when you're choosing a vehicle to rent of they list the different size vehicles, and so there's like a subcompact, compact, sedan. Well, I noticed the last couple times that I've rented that they've got a we pick, so not I pick but they pick category that's the same price as a compact, and if they've got something else available that's guaranteed to be a compact or larger, then you get it for the same rate. And so twice now I've rented from them doing that U-pick and actually got a pickup truck. So I'm like, man, I can save a couple $100 if I can do that but still get a pickup truck. So I gambled a little bit, and it actually worked out. I wasn't able to pick up the truck as early as I'd hoped because they didn't have anything but cars available initially, but they said they'd have some trucks coming in a little bit later on the day, so that delayed me a couple hours. And so that, long story short, that put me in a rush to get everything packed up and headed out. But this is kind of the aftermath, and it doesn't look quite as ridiculous as I felt like it would, but this is kind of all the stuff that I just bailed out of the truck. I got my lures and baits and stuff under there that I didn't want to get wet, but this is kind of the aftermath of everything. And like I say, it was pretty much just like this. I had traps loaded in these bins, and I just threw it all in the back of the truck. I had 2 large coolers, which I'll show you, and I've actually got to work on making some room in my freezer. But I had these 2 coolers that I put stuff in that I wanted to keep dry on the way out there, that I could turn around and put fur in on the way back. He had a freezer on location that we could use to get stuff frozen initially. So overall, there was a lot of logistics that I didn't have to concern myself with because, the freezer, vehicle, and all that was taken care of out there now. So like I said, I'm going to do a podcast episode and kind of go more in depth, on kind of trying to plan a trip like this, and what all went into it, what all would go into it if you don't have those, that stuff kind of worked out ahead of time. But anyway, like I say, overall, really good trip. Was really hoping to catch a mountain lion. I appreciate everybody's support. Really, looking back, I think it's probably best that I didn't catch a mountain lion, because I might have tried to cut a backflip or something like that, and I think the hospital bill would have probably kind of put a damper on the excitement and the trip if I had caught one. But that being said, it's definitely, I don't know when in the future, but I'm definitely going to try to work it out again, because that's definitely a bucket list critter that I've been eyeballing, and I definitely enjoyed the pursuit and just knowing that they were around. The sign that we saw was pretty awesome in itself. So but definitely something that I intend to go back and pursue in the future. And I appreciate all y'all following along, and give me a couple days to get acclimated back here in Georgia. Our trapping season is in now, so I'm gonna try to get some of this stuff squared away, spend a little family time, and then get some traps set around here. So hopefully we'll get back to catches and get back to our daily line running. So I hope y'all enjoyed the Texas Trapline video, and stay tuned for some more regular Georgia Trapline videos. Good luck in your season.